Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Stanley's, but you might know me as Damper Girl. I am here for Kendra's card challenge for our Pretty Pink Push Super Sponsor Inspiration Hub. I had the honor of being working with some products that Pretty Pink Push sent to some of the design team members for Kendra's card challenge, KCC number 19, and I will be creating today sketch number 4, sketch number 7, and 15. I'll show you the cards, and they will be coming during one of them at the beginning of next week and the other one in the middle of the week. So I really hope that you join me not only for this video, but for the rest of the collection of the Pretty Pink Push cards that I have made. Again, this is for Kendra's Card Challenge number 19. Thank you so much to Pretty Pink Push for sponsoring us. If you are new to Kendra's Card Challenge, let me talk to you a little bit about it. Make 15 cards with just 6 pieces of 6x6 pattern paper. Follow the cutting guides, follow the sketches, add some of your scraps, embellishments, ephemera, maybe stamp pieces like I did, and you will have an amazing showcase of 15 cards. You also have 3 chances, 1 per month, because this is a quarterly challenge, to enter for some amazing prizes. And what you do is you take a picture of all of your 15 cards with your name and location, and you upload it to InLinkz. You make sure that you check out all the information in the Patreon website for Kendra's Card Challenge. These are some of our amazing sponsors, including Pretty Pink Push. So let's get started. Like I mentioned, I am working with sketch number 4. This is the products that I got from Pretty Pink Push. This is Sending Love, and I did color the monkey, the raccoon, the fox, the dog, which you will see in a little bit, and the bird, which I colored like a little cardinal, and then a few of the envelopes and packages in the mailbox. So let's show you how we're going to start. So in addition to the Sending Love stamp set, there are 2 more stamp sets from Pretty Pink Push that I am using. The first one is Everyday Greetings, which I'm using the sending lots of love in the inside of the card. And then for the next one is the Simple Greetings, and I have 3 stamps in here: Missing You, I Miss You, and I believe it's Missing You So Much. So we're going to be using all 3 of those in between this card and the sketch 7 and 15 that are going to be coming very soon during the week. I do have my pieces already separated in envelopes to keep it nice and organized. I did do a little bit of gluing, so my layers are glued together already. So, and here is the doggy and the box and the mailbox. It's just simply like, these sets are just so cute. So if you don't know, my daughter, which is, her name is Bianca, she is going to college. It's starting this fall, and I know it's going to be super hard for all of us here in the house, especially for me. And I want to be able to have these cards ready to send her, because I know that I will be in absolutely no good standing in terms of being able to create something for her without losing my coolness. So I have started making some of these cards that I will be sending in her packages at the beginning of her school year, and this is one. So that is the reason I picked these 3 sets from Pretty Pink Push. They are perfect, and I mean perfect, to send little happy mail to someone. So I am going to be using my glue and just attaching the 2 triangles I think this might be one of my favorite sketches. It's a very simple sketch, but it is so absolutely easy to put together and so dramatic and graphical. Like, especially with these high contrast colors from this paper pack. This paper pack is from one of the big box stores. I've had it for a little bit of time in my stash and I've been wanting to use it, but I keep forgetting. And when I started coloring these cute critters from Pretty Pink Posh, I knew exactly this was the paper pack that I wanted to use for them because they have lots of neutral colors for the animals, and then the blue I knew was going to be a masterful like contrast against the bright red and the pink and the black. So I am adding my layers for my triangles are a very light fog gray, and then here I'm adding a little bit of white to bring the white in some of the male and some of the gingham because I wanted to everything to pull together. And then I am just going to glue these, no foam tape for me for these cards because they are stamped and colored in watercolor, really thick watercolor paper already, so I don't want them to be bulky at all. Okay. And I really don't know how the mail service works at college. So I wanted to make sure that my first cards really reach her very nice and easy. Here is a little error that I did. I started cutting from the back and I didn't realize that I did cut a little bit of the box. I wish I had moved a little bit more the box and top in front of the mailbox, but it's totally fine. You see, that's the little piece that I cut, but I do love how cute that little flap was. Um, Here for my sentiment, again, using the really small sentiments that was there, and then we're going to be using the big sentiment inside the card. Just make sure, as you notice, I have like everything labeled. This is going to be my sketch forward card base, and it's just easy, and everything is inside of the envelope, and it just keeps everything really nice and organized. If you have any questions regarding KCC 19, just make sure that you let us know. There is a playlist link in the description below. I love playlists. You know, you can start looking and watching and then come back later and it remembers in which video and where exactly in the video you were. Here I'm just testing as you can see which of the sentiments I'm going to be using. And I ended up using all three and stamping them and then using some of my die cuts and do partial die cutting to cut these into flags. Like I was mentioning, this is a giveaway hop. The playlist is below. All the information on how to have a chance to win our giveaway and how to enter into KCC 19, how to be part of our Patreon. Remember that it is free to sign up for Patreon. You can download these sketches for free for the current month or for the current quarter. But if you want to be able to access previous quarters, we have an option where you can sign up as a Patreon paying member and get not only that but other benefits which are super nice, from mini kits to mystery card kits. It's just fabulous. Here's a little trick if you ever are trying to put some stamps together and they keep sticking to your hands. Just use the eraser part of a pencil. I'm using just a mechanical pencil, but it could be any eraser, anything, and you can move them itty bitty and not have it stick to the eraser. I am going to grab these with a block. They are easy to stamp. I didn't even need my stamp positioner, and they just are super nice quality, which I do love. Like I mentioned, I am doing a bit of partial die cutting with some little flag die cuts that I have, and these are going to be the 3 sentiments for my sketch 4, 7, and 15. 7 and 15, keep an eye on my website. I will show you a little trick that I'm using to do sketch number 7. Number 15 is a breeze, but I want you to follow and check out my hints for sketch number 7, and actually some for also sketch number 15. I love showing and sharing with you all these tips and tricks that I learned while putting together these cards. So here is how I do my partial die cutting. I'm only going to show it on one of them, and the other ones I'm going to do them after. So I cut, I make sure that on my left side it's perfectly set up, and then I am just going to move my die cut until it sets in place, and then decide where I want it and hold it with a little piece of washi. And I am just going to go over that tiny bit of the flag. I'm not going to pass it through the whole thing, even though it should be okay. Why risk it? So there it is. It is perfect every single time, and I love those. I am going to put it just following the sketch where the sentiment goes. By the way, the sentiment said to use a circle, but I decided to use these nesting shapes that I had already on my table, and I kind of love them because I love a little bit of the curly cues and the fancy look of them. I'm adding, instead of 3 little embellishments, I'm only adding 2 because one of them is on the bigger side and it takes a little bit more space than I was expecting it, and I think this is just perfect, the 2 of them. Love the contrast of that black, goes and pairs up beautifully with the pattern paper. And here is our card. We will be stamping the inside sentiment, which this sending lots of love is just so perfect. And I'm showing you how I usually just put them in the envelope like that and then put them on the side. That way I know that envelope goes with my card. Here I'm coming back with the sending lots of love sentiment. These are fabulous. The font is so nice. It's so airy and at the same time so curvy and whimsical. I really hope that if you get them, let me know and how you feel about them because they are just adorable. Just wanted to let you know, make sure that you follow and subscribe if you're interested and you like my content. If you also love the content of the other design team members for Kendra's Card Challenge, make sure that you like and subscribe too. We love to see new people join our channels. These are the 3 cards that are created. That is number 15, number 7, and number 4, which you just saw me put together. And I actually end up adding that monkey right where you see him right there because I felt like it was needing something and it was just perfection. I just landed there and it was just the little detail that it needed. Now remember to make sure they download and enter a free month for the next 3 months. And remember, don't leave your crafting for tomorrow. Start today.